The U.S. men's basketball team getting set to make their Tokyo Olympics debut on Sunday. The Americans dribbling with France. After losing the first two exhibition games out in Las Vegas, they bounced back, winning the last two Olympic tune-ups. Kevin Durant set to lead this team to what they hope will be another gold medal. All right, here's a full screen of the Olympic men's basketball tournament. Odds to win the gold medal. You can see the U.S. right there, number one team ranked right now in FIBA. Gold medal odds, minus 400. France, second. They're FIBA ranked seventh, plus 2,000 there. And you can see the Czech Republic and Iran, 12th and 23rd in the FIBA ranks, respectively. All right, let's bring in Tim Doyle and Kenny White. Fellas, make us all a little smarter here on a Saturday and teach us how to approach wagering during the Olympics and Olympic hoops. We'll start with you, TD. What sage advice do you have for us, my friend? And I love that shirt right there, brother. Look at you.
Thank you. And I wore the shirt because I'm still celebrating. I woke up after the Bucks hoisted their first championship in 50 years, and I have a beautiful 4-year-old daughter, and she goes, "Daddy, I want to give you this." And it was, my dad is my hero. Now, I said traditionally that's kind of reserved for Father's Day, but she said, you cashed the Giannis MVP at plus 500, you cashed the Bucks down 0-2. I went, you're 4 years old, all right? So anyway, she was really excited because what does that mean? More toys, okay? My approach to wagering on Olympic basketball is pretty simple, and you got to really think about it. Look for NBA players. I know when USA lost to Nigeria, I know it was an exhibition game, but I was shocked. I repeat, shocked to see that the Nigerians had 8 NBA players. 8! Oh, by the way, USA's next game was against Australia. They lost that game as well. How many NBA players does Australia have, Kenny? They have 7. So if you're going to be dabbling not just in USA games, but say you dip your toe in the old Slovenia basketball, or maybe Spain or Argentina, look for NBA players, because obviously having the best players in the world is a massive advantage, and the total number of players I think could lead to success. So that's the way I'm handicapping other games outside of the USA games, Kenny.
Yeah, it's a good way to do it. Obviously, you want to find talent. And you know what I like in these type of situations is really teams, though, win these games. I'll give you one example. Years ago, there was a 6'4" and under basketball league they started. It was a great league. Outstanding, great players in this league. And they had an all-star game at midway, and they had the all-stars of the league versus the Las Vegas Aces, I think they were called, of all names. And I rated the game out, and I said, the all-stars are way better. How couldn't they be better? They were 20 points better. I laid 10, I laid 11, I laid 12, I laid 13. And you know what? Las Vegas, they've been playing together as a team all year. The all-stars were not. And Las Vegas won the game by 20. It wasn't even close. They destroyed them, but the talent level was completely different, but it didn't matter. So whoever plays as a team is going to be big. This is also another thing big to watch, is it's a round robin to start. So some of these teams can be in position after 2 games. They don't need the third game, and you got to be very aware of that. If they don't need that game and they're 2-0 and they've already locked up the 1 spot, no matter who wins that 1-1 game, they've beaten that team, they win that tiebreaker. They may not lose that third game, but they may not cover that big spread. So be aware of who needs what in these round robin games. It's very, very important.
Good point there. And back to Tim's point, you look at all of these countries, a lot of NBA players sprinkled out throughout these teams. It's a global game now, Tim and Kenny, as we get set for the Olympics debuting tomorrow for Team USA. Team USA betting favorites to capture gold, minus 400. What do you make of that number? Is the best approach to bet the USA now, if you like them?
I think so, Larry. I think you jump in now, because as they go out there and win games, I think you're going to have to lay 500 or 600. I think the best thing that happened to them was they were embarrassed on a public stage. And even though it was an exhibition game against Nigeria and Australia, which has a combined 15 NBA players, I think it rattled them a little bit. And if you go back to the greatest team ever assembled, the 92 Dream Team, there were scrimmages in there against college players that they lost. Now, they weren't on TV, they weren't highly publicized, but you go back and watch the documentaries now and you're like, oh, they actually lost those games? And those games rattled the cage of the greatest team ever assembled. You see the roster here, and I love the fact that they're adding in guys that do a lot of dirty work. Chris Middleton, Drew Holiday, guys that play both sides of the court. meaning they lock down defensively, which I think is ultimately going to have to be their identity. You know, in the games that they lost to Nigeria and Australia, both of those games, Kenny, the team scored over 90 points. Nigeria had 90, Australia had 91. In the 2 wins by Team USA, teams averaged less than 80. So that's their advantage they have. They have the best athletes in the world, so they can really lock down defensively. And now you add in Drew Holiday and Chris Middleton, excellent two-way players. I think if you're going to bet them right now.
Yeah, I agree. I would bet them right now. And again, I made that example of All-Stars versus Vegas in a 6'4" and under basketball league. Again, this is the USA team putting these players together, adding Middleton, Booker, and Holiday, and very little experience. You saw on that board, only 2 players, Durant and Draymond Green, had been here before. So there's a little lack of experience. Obviously, there's a little lack of continuity with Middleton, Booker, and Holiday coming in. But using my player power ratings, they're 20 points better than any team in this competition. So the talent is there. They're far better than everybody. So yeah, I'm laying the price. You know they're going to get out of the first round, and they should get out of the first round rather easily. And when they do, and we pare down to 8 teams, they're going to be about a $6 to $8 favorite in that range, maybe even a little bit higher. So yeah, if you're going to jump on the USA, do it now, where it's the lowest price it's going to be.
Yeah, definitely the favorites there. Just worried a little bit about their size with Team USA. USA dribbling with France Sunday, guys. It's the opener. Americans favored by 12 total, set at 178.5, so 178.5. Different rules, different games. It's international play, fellas. What's your pick Sunday, Kenny?
I'm going with the USA laying the 12. The fact that the last 3 years they've outscored their opponents by 23, 32, and 28. The rosters may just been slightly better in those years, but this team is still, again, very talented. As I said, I have them rated 20 points higher than the second best team in this competition. And I'm just hoping that the continuity takes over quickly. But the one thing I count on is it's amazing how great of shooters players have become. I mean, we look back to Michael Jordan in his day, and he was one of the great shooters of all time. But the shooters now, it's not even, there's no comparison. The scores of the games are so much higher. The pace is the same. The shooting is just more deadly. And the USA has so many great shooters, some of the best in the world on this team, and they're all going to catch fire at one point. So they'll play together. They'll win this game. They'll cover the 12. France, their 3 exhibition games, they lost twice to Spain. So, well, Spain's pretty good, and they were competitive games. Then they lost to Japan. So they really lost me at that point. They do got 5 NBA players on their team, and they will be decent. But I think the USA will end up winning this game by more than 12.
Yeah, when I sent my pick in, I did not realize there was a total on this game. So whoever's working the graphics chair, change my pick, for crying out loud. Or I like under in this game. I know I had picked France plus the points, but I think that the USA is going to adopt a mentality that's going to be on the defensive end. And of all the games, the first game, they're going to come out and really play with a lot of energy, give a lot of effort. I know that, good job there. You want to know something? Whoever's in the graphics team, I know you're the weekend crew, and sometimes you guys are eating pizza there in the back. Good job. Hats off to you, by the way, getting the under up there. Like I said, when USA won, they held their opponents under 80 points. And any team that's anchored by Rudy Gobert, they're going to be based around defense. And I think that this is going to be a competitive game. USA may pull away late, but I think this is going to be a low-scoring game because France knows, like Kenny said, they can't go up and down. We're going to try to outscore these guys. If they're going to be competitive in this game, they're going to have to be the graphic guy. I don't know who you are, and I've been in that little bin where you guys sit. It smells horrible. Like there's no window, there's no ventilation, and now you're doing the weekend crew. The only thing the skeleton crew at night. We know all those people are just a little weird, right? Anybody who likes to stay up that late, that's a whole weird crew. That guy's still sleeping right now. But I think this is going to be a lower possession, lower scoring game because France realizes that they can't go up and down. So I really like under. I didn't know there was a total on this, but since there's a total, I'm ready to jump in. Hammer the under and hammer to the graphics guy there.
Kenny, why are you putting our business out there in the streets, man? Don't air our dirty laundry like that here for the masses. What's wrong with you, dude? Don't do that. Moving along, guys. Give me your pick to win gold at these games, these Tokyo Olympics. Tim, who finishes first on the podium and gets their national anthem played for their country?
Yeah, I always thought God Bless America was a better song. I'm sorry. I know God's in it, so that's not going to win. But I thought it was just a better song. There's a better rhythm to it. It's a little bit shorter. But I do tear up when people are on the podium. I prefer when Canadian wins because a Canadian's national anthem is better. Come at me, okay? It's a better song. It has better rhythm to it. I judge all the anthems, so I'm ready to go head to head with any anthem out there. I like kind of the tug at the heartstrings. But if you bet against the Americans, you're not American. I mean, it's pretty simple. Like, how could you possibly be like, oh, let's root against we're all pulling for our country? I'm picking out the individual songs, okay? So I don't want to lose my job. It's the songs. I am for Americans, and I am for this squad because I think that they're going to embrace the defensive mentality. One thing they learned in the exhibition games, Australia with 7 guys in the NBA, they've played together. They're not scared of them. Even Nigeria, who's had no Olympic success, they weren't scared. So what the NBA guys have to do is they can't just walk on the floor. If they just walk on the floor, they realize very quickly that they could get beat. So they need to have a mental mindset of really locking down. I thought Kenny made an excellent point in group play. If you already have kind of that automatic bid, I'm telling you right now, those guys are going to be hanging out partying. They're going to figure out a way to party because that game doesn't mean anything to them. That's an angle that I think I really want to get involved in, the party angle. So I'm going to go with the USA here. There isn't like a chance to make a lot of money, but Kenny can't be betting against America, can you?
No, I'm gonna let's lay the $4 on America, then make another bet, have another horse in the race. So I'm gonna go with Australia. They got so many great players, NBA players. You mentioned 7 guys, and they looked awfully good in the exhibition game I saw against the USA. I thought they played extremely well. They played as a team, and that's so important. And all their guys are team guys. Delvedova, Ingles, Mills, Thibault, Exum, Baines, and just Josh Green's going to be a great player. So they played just so well together. I think it's 7-1. I think they're the second best team. But again, I've got the USA 20 points higher than they are. So, they're going to really have to make up some ground. They're going to have to play well together. And I think they will. I think they'll make this very competitive. So, yeah, take the USA minus the $4 so we can be born in the USA like Bruce Springsteen, and then take Australia.
Born in the USA, made in the USA. Timmy, Kenny, guys, really appreciate you, man. 2 smart dudes right there, guys. Have a good one. All right, here's the group play schedule coming up for Team USA, the first 3 games. They got France tomorrow. That's Sunday. It's an 8 a.m. Eastern tip there in Tokyo. Then the second game, they play Iran July 28th. That's at 12:40 a.m. And then the third game, they've got the Czech Republic July 31st, 8 a.m. Eastern time.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.